Welcome again to my chemistry classroom. Now here I have a question, a UTME question on gas laws. And which gas law is this? Of course, you've seen this through a porous plot, Graham's law of what? Diffusion of gases. And what does it state? Now remember that Graham's law states that the rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of its relative molecular mass. Or the rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of its density. Take note, not vapor density. Take note. Remember that your relative molecular mass is two times of your vapor density. Okay, now let's solve this. Our Graham's law, rate is inversely proportional to square root of relative molecular mass. Here we're not dealing with density, so we're working with relative molecular mass. And from this, we know it will give me that the rate of one over the rate of the other is the square root of the relative molecular mass of 2. So what you have as the denominator will come as the numerator over the molecular mass of the 1. You see, inversely proportional. Okay, so we're given the volume, and we know we're working with oxygen. They gave us the time. So for oxygen, we're given volume and time. We're asked to get the time for the same volume of hydrogen. So we know that the two gases we're working with here are oxygen and hydrogen. But we're given volume and time for oxygen. So we can get the rate of oxygen gas, which is volume over time. And what's my volume? 100 cm cubed. The time is 50 seconds. Isn't that true? Okay, so let's leave it that way. You can decide to break it down as 2. Okay, we can decide to break it down. That would be 2 cm cubed per second. Now for rate of my hydrogen gas, they said we should take the same volume. That is 100 cm cubed. But we do not know the time. That is what we're looking for. So we're going to use all of this information, insert it into this, and you can see how easy that is. And remember, if you have not signed up for the Simplifiers Intensive Online Series, please make sure you do that today. Remember, we're starting on the 7th of March, 2026. Okay, so if I insert this into this, let's say the rate of, let's change this to oxygen gas, let's change this to hydrogen gas, relative molecular mass of hydrogen over that of oxygen. So rate of oxygen, we got that as 2. Rate of hydrogen, 100 over T equals square root of course, hydrogen is 1 times 2 is 2. Oxygen is 16 times 2 is 32. If you break this, this will give me 1 over 16. Are we together? Okay. So at this point, I have 2 division signs. 2 divided by 100 divided by T. This is the same thing as the lowest denominator will come to the numerator. It's the same thing as 2T over 100 equals square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 16 is 4. So when I cross multiply, 8T equals 100. So my T is just 100 over 8. Isn't that true? You can see that you don't even need a calculator here. In your UTME, there is an on-screen calculator. But please, I advise you, the simplifier is advising you. If you can do without that calculator, it will help you to what? To save a lot of time. You can see that here, I did not even work with the calculator. All I need to do now is, how many 8s do you have in 10? That is 1, right? Remainder 2. In 20, that is what? 2. 16. Remainder 5. Isn't that true? Remainder 4 rather. In 40, that will be 5. So my time is just 12.5 seconds. And what is that? Option D. You can see that instead of you going using your mouse looking for your cursor, use your calculator doing, I would have done all of this, finished this, saved as much time that I will use for another question. Stay with the simplifier. Sign up for this series, and I will see you in the next class. Bye for now.